Hello and welcome everybody to another University of Utah edition of Game Day Live here, hosted on YouTube. My name is Ryan Jones. I'm joined by Jay Sewell. We are nestled here in the Wasatch Front at the Salt Lake City Sports Complex for another game tonight with the University of Utah. Skating Utes hosting the number 16th ranked Oklahoma Sooners. And as I'm welcomed here by Jay Sewell. Jay, what are some of your keys to the game tonight?
Well, again, one of the things that pre-production broadcast we talked about is the way the season's coming down. We're down to probably 4 games for everybody left on the schedule. There's 2 conferences that still have to play their tournaments for their at-large bids. But that means the people that are 16, 17, 18, and 19 in the ranking are on the bubble. It's a win and go to the tournament, or lose one of the 4, and there's a possibility you get bumped. And a couple of years ago, if you remember following the Utes went down, played number 16 Arizona in their own barn, and swept Arizona and bumped them right out of the tournament.
Yeah, I was part of those games. It was a real fun tournament for us. It's always kind of fun to play the upset. If you're the Utes tonight, with their tournament dreams virtually being completely done, what do you see for them to get motivated tonight to come out here and play a good 60 minutes of hockey?
I think it's just got to be that team pride again. You like to play spoiler, and sometimes that's a fun area to be. You can knock off a team. They know that. Oklahoma knows it, that they've got to win this game, and there's nothing more fun. But the key to the game here is getting on the scoreboard first. The Utes always play better when they score first.
Yeah, as the team's entering the ice right now, the Utes rocking the white drum and feather sweater with the black pants, red helmets. Oklahoma will counter with the gray sweater, red helmets and red breezers for them. And we will now go live towards the in-stadium announcers for the starting lineups and the singing of the national anthem.
Welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Salt Lake City Sports Complex, here on the campus of the University of Utah. For this evening's match featuring the University of Oklahoma and your University of Utah skate team. Starting lineups for this evening's match. First, for the University of Oklahoma, defense number 26, Luke White. Defense number 23, Joe Holman. Forward number 9, Zachary Carr. Forward number 88, Paul Sullivan. Forward number 39, Aaron Barr. And goal for number 35, Bill Pack. Starting line for your University of Utah skate team. Defense number 20, Owen Leverman. Defense number 14, Zachary Jerome. Forward number 13, Wyatt White. Forward number 29, Brett Myers. Forward number 19, Ty Petrie. And goal this evening for your skating Utes, number 32, Connor Mock. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, at this time, the University of Utah would like to take a moment of silence to remember Mr. Matt Brickley. Matt passed away Wednesday, surrounded by his family and loved ones in his home in Utah after a courageous 15-month battle with cancer. Matt was a kind guy and a good man. He loved hockey and applied his natural basic skills to his job as a professional referee. He loved his kids and was so proud of all their accomplishments. It was a special thrill when he got to experience his son's NHL debut last spring. Daniel was signed
All right, welcome back. If you're just joining us, once again, we have the University of Utah Utes versus the Oklahoma Sooners here. Starting lineups for the Sooners, there's going to be number 9, Pard, number 23, Volvo, number 26, White, number 39, Lara, and 88, D'Souza, with Babs starting behind the pipes. For the Utes, it will be Light, Jerome, Petrie, Lieberknight, and Meyer. And then for starting goaltender for the Utes is going to be number 32, Connor Mock.
Yeah, you know, you start, we were talking with some of the coaches earlier before the game here, and it's kind of, did we miss an opportunity to give Mock number 1? Wouldn't that have been hilarious? Mock 1?
Yeah.
That could have good, so game on.
The Utes in the white sweaters moving from left to right on your screen. The Sooners in the gray moving from right to left as the Sooners break it in. And now we'll regroup. That's White with the puck moving D to D, now back up. That's Light who got the puck up in the air to Meyer, who will chip it off the boards and out, and then goes back down to Meyer. Meyer goes D to D to Petrie. Now moving back up, pass intended for Lieberknight, goes off the skate and into the Oklahoma zone. Utes will change as Oklahoma now breaking it out. It's Pard moving up along the boards. He turns it over to Light. Light, bad turnover in front, a shot to Mock, and Mock saves it. That was a pretty good chance there. It looked like that was Young on the shot.
Yeah, Mock just said, you know, guys, come on, you got to play in front of me, and all of a sudden the puck's between his wickets, and he looked around like, boy, I sure hope that one, because that one came off the stick pretty fast.
It's going to be Poussar on the draw for Oklahoma, but the puck is one to Barnes, who takes it into that corner, falls down, but is able to get it out. Now Topfest working around Mock near the Zamboni doors, not able to quite get it out. Oklahoma keeps it in, sends it back. A pass intended to the slot there goes awry, and now back to Oklahoma. Ottoline will move it forward, but to no avail. Now Oklahoma just going to dump in the puck and reset. A nice chip by Odlin to get the puck down. Puck play moving kind of back and forth right now.
Yeah, it's everybody's trying to feel each other out. I know know what happened to the whole directions and starting time and everything else. I feel bad for Oklahoma, but they showed up about 7:05 with their bus, and so they really didn't get the time to run around, and you know, most of these teams play a little bit of soccer, so we'll see if they've got some bus legs.
Yeah, and as we're mentioning pregame too, is sometimes that can be a good thing. Oklahoma needing a win here tonight, but can't really get in your head if you don't really have that much time to prepare. Just coming right off and lacing them up and getting out there. As play resets here, Oklahoma's going to dump it in deep. That's back there to, I believe that's Bastone.
Yeah, that's a good point. What do they say? Half the game of hockey is mental and the other half is being mental.
Now puck driven in deep. That's number 26, White for Oklahoma. D to D, cut off by the Utah defender. I believe that's Navarez, who lost his stick. He's got to go regroup. Now a chance here from White. Shot scores.
Yeah, that was a great snapshot right off of White. He, everybody got caught puck watching, and when you get puck watching, even the goalie, he was left out to dry, and you got to feel bad for him out there. Mock, he's going to see a lot of rubber tonight, I think.
Yeah, and that was an absolute snipe from White from the point. Just beats Mock top glove. And the Utes go down 1-0 very quickly here in the first, just over 2 minutes. And we'll see how Utah can answer here. As number 17, that's Bosse, who moves it in. Now
yeah, there's been a lot of line changes here for the Utes. You've got Lieberknight now playing back, sometimes forward, sometimes defense, and the same with Meyer. Meyer's been most of the year on defense, but with all the injuries and everything, we've had to move him up and put him up in the front.
And a good shot on net there. Bab was kind of scrambling around and never got to him. The Oklahoma defender blocking it before he got there, but good chance from the Utes. Going to need a lot more shots on net if they're going to hang with this highly ranked Oklahoma team as the puck is chipped up and out of play. near the Utah backup defender, Jacob Slaw.
Yeah, it's things are kind of calm right now. It's for those of you who have been following nationally the weather here in Utah. I mean, I think we've had to shovel snow every other day. It's been one of the more snowier Februarys on record.
As play restarts, puck goes in deep. That's Matthew Perry trying to chip it along the boards, but not out. But Odlin is able to get it back out. Not very deep, as White now will dump it in to the opposite corner. Picked up by number 14, that's Lane. Lane moves it back to Meyer, who gets a stick lift. Puck moves along to Odlin. Odlin up but not out. A flurry of Sooners able to keep it in. Now goes back out to White. White thinks about it and shoots high and wide of Connor Mock. And a good offensive forecheck right here from the Sooners. Now Meyer with the chance. A 3-on-2 developing, moves it to Odlin. Meyer moving in on slot. Odlin couldn't find him. And now the Sooners will break it back out the other way.
Yeah, it was a tough line change. We only had 2 guys front, and it took time for the back end to get back on the ice and support the play.
Now Barnes moving up with speed. Barnes making a couple moves, driving out to the outside. Will dump the puck deep. And puck comes across the slot. There was nobody there. Now a 2-on-2 developing to the other side. That's number 9, Pard, with a fake shot. Bastone is able to get some stick on it. The puck will move wide. Now back up to the point. Just played back in for Barnes. Barnes will backhand it along the boards. And that's number 18, Topfest. Loses it. Kind of gets a stick around the Sooner there, but is able to come up with the puck. He's going to move it out. And now it'll just be dumped in by Kinslow and stopped behind the net by Babb. Now played along to number 9, that's Pard. Pard backhands it to Volvo and moves it up the middle to Desua. A tricky pass there. Back over to Petrie, who plays it to the Sooner blue line. And that's number 56, Wilson, able to dump it in deep for the Sooners. Kept in there along the blue line, but enough Utes are there. And now here's Wyatt Light with speed going along the side. Shot and a good blocker save by Babb.
Well, Babb had ability to see that all the way, but Light is so quick on his feet. I think everybody underestimates his ability of not only to handle the puck, his hands and his speed make him that very critical player for the Utes.
Yeah, Light has certainly been an electric player for the Utes so far, just in his first year. It's going to be really fun to look forward to, as that was Paolo able to get a little bit of a hit. And the puck goes deep to Barnes again, now working back out of behind the red line. Chance here for the Sooners as they're setting up their offense. Comes up to number 17. And now the Utes with some good strong side defense, but just can't get that puck away from the Sooners. Played back down. Barnes doesn't know where the puck is. Now they're tied up.
Playing with there was a little confusion out there. It almost looked like somebody's mouth guard was on the ice. Offside.
Good chance there. Lieberknight couldn't stay on side. I think it was Paolo racing in.
Yeah, so a little bit of chirping right now. There was a shot after the whistle, and anybody on the ice is going to take an exception that when that whistle blows, you should not shoot on the goalie. But maybe Lieberknight's just trying to get under the skin, being a little tactics there.
Yeah, both teams no strangers to penalties, so we'll see how the special teams plays and how much the refs will let them go. As we know, Utah refs notoriously for calling the game pretty tight.
Yeah, it's you just never know. I don't know how many of the refs actually play at this, or actually ref at this level without any real NCAA in the area. This is the highest level of hockey unless you step up to the ECHA, and I know these guys aren't reffing any ECHA games.
Puck moves out for Volvo. They'll go D to White. Now puck back in. That's Bastone with it. Bastone will chip it up along the boards. White can't corral it. And now that was Perry. Couldn't get the puck deep. Turns it back over. Now that's Jolie moving in for the Sooners. And a bad turnover there to Jolie. Shot in the slot and turned away by Mock. Now along the end boards, a couple of players trying to jar it free. And it moves down low. Now walking along the boards. That was Ben. And now that's going to be moved up by Verdit. Puck gets out of the zone. Utes not changing just yet. Topfest is going to circle around to allow the Utes to change. Now moving back to his own zone. Moves it to Bastone. Chips it high up and out. And it looks like this one's going to be called for icing.
Yeah, it's one of those plays. I think he got it on the heel of his stick and intended to bounce it off the boards, not to get that icing. But as soon as he realized it got away from him, everybody started back up and play icing. Shout out to Brett Harris, who's at home, hopefully watching this game tonight. Head coach for the Utes is home with whatever's going around these days. So Brett, Godspeed. We hope you heal up soon.
Puck moved out. It's chipped along by Oblin. He can't race to it before Wilson gets there. And Wilson with a tough turnover here and a chance for Hunter. Hunter couldn't get to it before Babb did, and Babb with a nice stretching poke check turns the scoring chance aside.
Yeah, that's always a player's excitement when the puck's there, the goalie's out of position, and all of a sudden your stick's not just where you want it to be.
And Babb had a little bit of trouble there corralling the puck. A little bit of cross checks exchanged. A couple of chances here by this fourth line, and unfortunately not able to convert much off of it.
Well, this is one of the difference you'll see. It's rarely called, but in the NCAA, I don't believe it's a penalty for the goalie to cover the puck out of the crease. But in American hockey, in amateur hockey, the goalie needs to have a piece of his equipment in the blue paint in order to cover up the puck, otherwise delay a game.
Now, stretch pass was looking for O'Day. He couldn't corral it. And Meyer plays it back towards Mock, but now O'Day gets the puck in the corner, moves it up to White. White with a shot gets blocked in front and chipped up and out of the zone. Now Meyer just crosses the red line. He's just going to flip it into the other end, where Hauser will chase it down on the forecheck. Hauser couldn't get a stick on it. Now Oklahoma resets. That's number 22, Giamona, with the spin move to break it out.
Yeah, so far after that first goal, they're tightening up a little bit in the zone and staying close to the puck and keeping their distance. That's one of the things you do not want to give this Oklahoma team, is you want to shorten up that distance between you and the puck. Don't give them any space.
Pala moves it up to Beery. Beery's able to shake off a couple of defenders and snaps a pass over to Barnes. Barnes now, he'll take a long shot onto Babb, and Babb will just hold there. 22, that's Giamona, reminding Beery not to get too close to Babb with a nice little friendly cross check there right in front of the crease.
Yeah, Beery joined the team. He actually was done as of last year. He still has some eligibility, and he came back to the team after there was a considerable fall off when 10 people on the team weren't able to make it with the injured. And so he came back, and he's always played with an edge. He is an agitator.
Puck's reset here. It was Volvo able to get it out to the Utah defense. Now moved back in with Beery chasing. Beery's chasing Wilson, is able to get a good hit there on Wilson. And the forecheck of the Utes kind of buzzing right now as Pard's able to break it out. Now a 3-on-2 opportunity for the Sooners. Close offsides, but refs deem it good. And thankfully no shot as the back check from the Utes turns away that opportunity. Now Meyer with a little bit of space. He's looking to just pass, and the puck will come deep in the zone, and Babb with another stop.
Yeah, that's always a judgment when you when the goalie's has to come out of the crease and he's looking up ice and he sees more some hostility coming at him, and you cover the puck and just slow everything down, regroup. That's always a smart play by the goalie. You can tell he's logged a lot of minutes, and his save percentage is .925, which is remarkable with his record of 11-9. So he's logging their minutes for him.
First line back out for the Utes as Wilson of the Sooners is able to get the puck out, but now Light will take it deep into the zone looking for help, but a good Sooner forecheck of Pard and Wilson. And now puck coming out the other side.
Yeah, that was just luck that Light was able to help get it out because he got no puck support at all from his teammates.
Joyce snaps it past to Wilson, but he's met by a hit by Light. Now Light with a chance. Jerome's offside, so he has to delay it. He'll move the puck along to Lieberknight. Now a shot goes wide. Lieberknight trying to chase it down. Stick lifts Wilson. Now battling for it in the corner. Lieberknight had it pinned for just a second. And now Oklahoma breaking it out on the other end.
Same thing again. No puck support for poor Lieberknight. Owen was left all by himself in the corner, and everybody was standing around watching him.
And a good hip check there by Palo along the Utah bench is able to stifle the Sooner offense from setting up in the zone there. The pass just behind Odlin goes awry. Now a good forecheck by Lieberknight, able to create a turnover but can't find anybody in the middle. Just the Sooners, every time the Utes seem to be getting the puck tonight, they find a gray jersey and a gray stick, meeting them immediately.
Yeah, this has been an issue with this team all year long. They're just not strong on their stick. Just as you watch this game, see how many times they have the control of the puck and they just get their stick lifted or they're just taken away from them. You got to be strong on that stick. That bottom hand has to have a little leverage on it.
And that's the captain, Del Casal, moving the puck in for the Sooners. And Utah struggling to get it out of the zone. Topfest was able to kick it out. Now White, the goal scorer, is able to move it in halfway through the first period of play. Sooners up 1-0 on the Utes. Goes behind the net. I believe that's White. Now moving the puck up. A stretch pass to the other side to De Casal. Now puck moving into the middle. Good Utah defense to get it out to the boards. That's 94. That's Jolly.
So far, the Utes have been pretty successful in keeping it up along the boards out of the scoring areas and those bad angle shots. Again, they're much tighter than they were in the first 3 minutes.
Perry will just dump it in, and the Utes will elect to change, which gives Oklahoma a lot of ice to break out. And a good poke check by Ertz there causes the turnover, but it looks like the puck must have just crossed the line. It's a good forecheck there, but it ends up being called offside.
Yeah, our vantage point right here is not able to see that, but the linesman was standing right there and then called it off.
So the fourth line and back out here for the Utes. It's Hauser, Hunter, and Erk. And then it was Hauser who lost the draw as the Sooners will go back to reset behind Baum. Or is it Bab? Excuse me. Now a 2-on-2 opportunity here for the Sooners. A shot goes wide of Mock. Good defense staying in front of that. Now turnover, and that's some good movement and a good backhand there. That was Lane who got the turnover and worked his way to the slot there. His backhand just went high up into the netting.
Once again, Oklahoma seems pretty skilled at being able to take Utah off the puck, and that's something the coaches are going to have to talk about. But again, I like the game. They're playing Utes are playing all three zones. They're not giving them that much time and space, which is helpful because what they need to be able to do is, at this altitude, just get Oklahoma to stay away from them for a couple of periods and see what happens.
Icing here called. We will go all the way back down into the Utah defensive zone.
Yeah, pretty late call for icing. You got to get to the dots, and he didn't make that call until they were at the red line.
I definitely like the way the Utes have rebounded after a quick goal early on by White. They've kind of settled into their game. They've kept things to the outside, and we'll see if hopefully the Utes offense can come out of their slumber right now as they win the face-off here. That's Beery racing down with the puck. He does a good job of sending it down to Bab. Bab stops it, and he'll sauce the puck around. Kept in by Petrie, I believe, but you're going to call here. We'll see what it is.
Hand pass, I believe.
Pass.
Yeah, and that's another change that's happened. It used to be when you were in the defensive zone, you could bat that puck and push it forward, but they call that now a hand pass when you're in the defensive zone. And anytime you touch the puck and move it forward up to a player, rather than just actually push it down to the ice with your hand, there's a good chance you're going to get called on that.
Coach Bertinoli sends the first line out for the Utes. They lose the draw on a stretch pass here intended for Wilson. He's able to corral it, but thankfully could not take that puck towards Mock. Now around is Young. Young with a shot. He kept it on the ice. It redirected wide of Mock.
Yeah, Mock got that right pad on it. Push it in there. If you can't control your rebounds, you got to push it into the corner.
Now Light trying to fight off the Sooner defender for control of the puck. He's able to, and that was Lieberknight who's able to pinch there and keep the puck in. Now Jerome with a wraparound chance, but Babb was there to stop the try. Now Paolo keeps it in, sends it back down for Lieberknight. Lieberknight looking for Paolo, keeps it in, a wide shot looking for the redirect from Jerome. As the Utes doing a good job here of keeping the puck inside the offensive zone. Lieberknight will send it back around, faces a big hit. Odlin's unable to keep the puck in. Now the Sooners just will flip it out to Paolo. Oklahoma will take a change. They'll wave the icing off as Paolo is there. And now a turnover here and a great poke check by Paolo to keep the puck out. Now Perry with a chance and a 2-on-1 developing for the Utes. Stretch pass to Oblin. Oblin with a shot and a save by Babb as he comes out again from his crease to freeze that puck. Great save by Babb there on Oblin.
Yeah, it's got to be a lot of confidence, but anybody who's followed the Utes broadcast and listened to us, goalies coming out of their net is always a crazy time. So many things can happen, and it's always interesting. Let me just leave it there.
Babb did a nice job out there cutting down the angle on the shot of Oblin. It almost snuck underneath that blocker, but he was able to get the thickness of the paddle there to knock it down and get the stop as we restart play. That's Oblin again. Utes doing a good job in this offensive zone, fighting in the corners.
Yeah, that first line for the Utes in the last shift, they had a really good setup in the zone time.
And I know that's something that Coach Harris, we'd stress about. We had so many drills that were just designed for puck movement along that red line and into the corners there. That's really where that offensive spark can be created. So it's good to see the Utes implementing that tonight as the Sooners move back down the ice. And we'll try to set up in the offensive zone, but Barnes is able to move the puck to Meyer. Fakes a pass to Odlin, moves it cross ice instead, where Topfest receives a check, but moves it up to Kinslow, who is able to get the puck deep as the Utes elect to change.
Yeah, I'm not sure I detect too much of a different style tonight with Brett Hurst out, head coach, and Chase McDonald in, but they are playing a 3-zone game tonight, which is really good to see. They are not they're not backing up and letting the Sooners come to the neutral zone with speed. They're getting 3 guys in the neutral zone to slow the game down, which is what they need to do.
Petrie circles around a couple of times and then sends the pass over to Bastone. Now Bastone to Navarez. Navarez with a little bit of space, but can't control the puck enough where it goes back behind the net. Navarez still finds the puck on his stick, just moves it to the stick of Babb, trying to find anybody. Bastone not able to keep it in. He'll send it back to Babb, who will stop it. And now the Sooner breakout. And a big turnover here by Light. Light with the puck on his feet. Backhand try, just goes high of Babb. Another great turnover chance by Light. And the Utes finding a little bit of offense here late in this second period. There's Lieberknight. Lieberknight's shot gets kicked up and wide, but kept in there by Paolo.
Yeah, Bossy got the stick up under Paolo's arm and lost it and looking for a call, but that's just hockey.
And a good defensive play there by Jerome as Utes are able to move it back out. Jerome with the puck moving along. He's got Light to his right. Elects to shoot. Puck goes high and out of play.
Yeah, if they've done any scouting, that was actually a good thought process because you know what Light can do and use him as a decoy out there on the wide wing. And the goalie has to decide, is this going to come as a shot or is he going to pass it over to Light, who was actually all by himself out there up on the top of the circle.
You saw on your screen there Jerome having a couple of words with the goal scorer White, being broken up by the linesman. Sure, they're pretty friendly conversation there as the Sooners move back up the ice. It is White with a little bit of speed. He'll drop the puck. That was for Del Casal.
Yeah, as well as a curiosity when you're lining up for faceoffs about everybody's GPA.
And Perry shoots it onto Babb, who's able to move the puck to the side. Now the Sooners trying to break it out again. That's Volo. He stops, moves it up to the captain, Del Casal. He'll move it along for a streaking Bam, but can't keep the puck in here. Nope. As Perry moves it along to Odlin. Odlin with a little bit of space, and Meyer just could not bring that puck back to the forehand. Bad turnover here, and a good check by Barnes there to move Dolly to the side. 1:55 left to go here in this first period. Now Lieberknight moves it up to Jerome. Jerome can't race it down as Giacomo and Jerome go hard into the boards. Now the Sooners starting back up the other way. Nice job by the Utes back checkers to set up and move the puck to the outside boards.
Yeah, I like it. Again, the tightness of the game is really good. It's they're not letting the speed of the Sooners get going. They're taking away that time and space and playing that neutral zone, which is really fun to see. We haven't seen a lot of that this year so far.
Looks like that was a broken stick there by Bosse, as the Utes with an opportunity bumping into each other and can't get the puck out. As O'Day will circle it around, try to move it in himself. He'll drop it back to the defense. And as the Sooners go D to D, they'll break it in. It's Lane with the puck alongside there. Couldn't keep it in, now flipped back out. And as Wilson able to move the puck back up, as we are just under 1 minute remaining, 40 seconds here left in the first. Utes trying to create a little bit of a spark of offense, as Meyer racing up with the puck, and a good shot turned away by Babb.
That's a good snapshot by Meyer.
Just 25 seconds left to go in the period. Sooners will move the puck up. It's kept down by a Kinslow. Utes are offside, so they're going to have to get out of the zone, and it looks like Jerome is going to beat the icing, and the Utes with one final chance here with just 12.7 to go in the first period.
Yeah, this has been moving pretty fast. This is a good game. There hasn't been too much fisticuffs, but they've got 40 minutes and then another 60 minutes tomorrow night, so we'll see what ignites if this gets to be a really tight game in the third period.
Oklahoma wins the draw. They'll move the puck out or keep it along the boards there, so Utah's not going to be able to get a shot to end this first period. At the end of one, it is White for the Sooners with the lone goal. 1-0 Oklahoma. Shots 10-6 for the Utes. What did you see that you liked from the Utes that period, Jay?
What I like is that they didn't collapse after that early goal. They supported their goalie, and again, I've said all period long, the time and space that they're keeping away from Oklahoma. They're not letting Oklahoma get that engine going and then drive into the net. And I love the neutral zone play, the fact that they're clogging up that neutral zone. There's nowhere for Oklahoma to go. They've tried the stretch pass, hasn't worked for them. And I think this is a victory, even though they're down one goal, it's a victory for the Utes to play. Now Oklahoma, they've got to figure out how to get away from that forecheck and back check, and that's probably the discussion they're going to have in the locker room.
Yep, so thank you for joining us through one period of hockey. Once again, the Sooners up on your hometown Utes 1-0. We'll see what the Utes can do to counter that Sooner offense in the second period. Stay with us on Utah Hockey Game Day, live on YouTube.
Yo, can you do me a favor? Go over to the switcher and look at camera 3. Yeah. Can you see it? Okay. Can you still see audio? Can you see bars next to the little... Alright. So, I'm going to try and turn those off. Are there any bars now? There's still bars? Okay. How about now? Still? Hold on. Still bars? Okay.
Hello and welcome back for the second period of action here at the Salt Lake City Sports Complex. The Oklahoma Sooners leading the University of Utah Skating Utes right now from the goal of Luke White, his 6th of the year for the Sooners. Utah looking to tie this game up here, out shooting the Sooners 10-6. Jay, what do you want to see from the Utes here to get back into this game?
Well, again, I actually liked how they didn't collapse after they got scored on 2 minutes in, and so far they've been playing a tight game. If I'm the coach, just hang in there. We'll get our chances. They're outshooting the Sooners right now by 10-6. So if I'm Coach McDonald right now, I'm telling them, guys, keep it up, keep the energy level up, keep the passion up. We can play a spoiler, and if this stays a 1-0 game, that actually, even if they get the win, that does not help Oklahoma at all.
Right, and like we mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, Oklahoma sitting right on the cusp of a national tournament bid. They are 16th in the nation, so the Utes could really pull off the upset here and play spoiler to the Sooner season. Another word of note, no penalties in that first period. We were mentioning at the end of it that how quick it felt that it went by, so we'll hopefully see that continue going into the second here. The Utes will send out the first line. Looks like Bab might be having some equipment issues.
I think he's missing a water bottle. Nope. That's maybe his mouth guard.
Maybe a little bit of smelling salts. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. They're trying to figure out what bottle to give him. Now he's got his bottle.
There you go. All right, so for the Utes, the first line is out there. That is going to be Lieberknight and Light, centered by Jerome. On left defense is Brett Meyer. Right defense, Guy Petrie. Connor Mock still at net for the Utes. As the Sooners win the draw, they'll send it in. It's Volo. Chased down there by Petrie. Big check, loses his stick, but Meyer's able to move it up to the point. Now back towards Meyer. Moving the puck up to Light. Light's chip pass can't get out, but a good poke check will at least get it out into the neutral zone. Too far for Lieberknight as he'll chase it down. Light couldn't keep the puck, but now Petrie moves it along D to Meyer. Meyer couldn't get a flip pass to Light. Now the Sooners will move it back in.
Yeah, Meyer lifted his head up just a little bit too much and swing and a miss.
It was Lara shooting on net and a blocker saved by Mock. Now going back in is Pard on the forecheck. Lieberknight drops it back to Meyer. Meyer plays it up to Light. Light didn't really have a good angle to see the pass.
Yeah, that's where you got to show him your stick rather than your backside.
And a good play by Mock there. There was a centering try from Volo, and the puck got, I think it was into the skates of Petrie and quickly redirected back into Mock with a good cover there.
Yeah, and that's what you want. You want to be able to clear out the front of the net and let the goalie see that and keep the traffic away.
You see Paolo running in there with a big smile, daps up Mock for that nice save. Sooners win the draw. Quick shot goes high and up, not out. Takes a funny bounce off the wall there as Barnes gives chase, is able with a good poke check, gets the puck out. Now a one-on-one chance, puts it to the backhand. Just can't get it back to the forehand, but a nice job, nice play by Barnes getting it deep. And Utes will try to set up the offense. Odlin couldn't keep the puck pinned back behind the net as now Jolly will be able to get the puck. I believe it went up and out of play.
No, we got the net off.
Net's off.
Yeah, net's off. It's a little commotion down there, and Babs raising his hand and telling him, hey, the net's off. It's this is we've got the Wiley post here, which you'll see less of that here than in most arenas. The NCAA, which the ACHA plays and drills under, is required to have either 10-inch posts or the Wileys, and that's not all universally accepted throughout the league. Nobody in here in Utah uses the Wiley post like Utah does. A little bit of confusion as to what's going on here.
Where the puck should be dropped. We'll settle on the neutral zone drop. Won by the Sooners, but met with Perry and Topfest there. Now they'll go D to D. Puck is in the feet. I believe that's Passay. And puck now moved back in. No call there. For the Utes, he got just this stick into the feet of the Utah defender. Now Meyer behind the net, stops, thinks about it, tries to send a puck to Odlin, who will chip it back to Meyer. Meyer couldn't settle it. Now Paolo moving along to Perry. Perry pins it along the board. He's defended by Giamona. Now puck to Perry. Utes can't get the puck out. Now Joy with a chance through the slot. Will move the puck along, and shot goes wide of Monk. I believe he got a piece of it. And a shot wide. Sooners getting close to having 6 players as they're trying to change that forward line. Now Perry with a little bit of space. He'll just take a shot, and Bab turns it.
It should have been out of play, but referee's letting him play.
Now Wilson will try to go D to D. It's a little bit too far. And puck down in the slot there is Topfest trying to get after it. And it looks like Oklahoma will set up the breakout, led by Giamona. And pass goes wide. Now Bastone with a chance to get the puck deep for the Utes. Now Beery's centering pass is a turnover.
Yeah, nobody home, but it's always a good play when you don't know what to do with the puck. You've got seconds to do something. You either got to dish it, shoot it, or just put it towards the center. You just never know what's going to happen.
Kinslow gets knocked down in the corner. Petrie with a good pinch there. Shot to Bab. Now back with Kinslow working behind the net as this 4th line starts to roll out for the Utes. That's Reed Hunter working along those Zamboni doors. Moves up to Bastone. Bastone, nice job keeping the puck in. Hunter's still there trying to keep the puck in. It looks like it's going to be good, and Hunter just skated over the puck there.
This is really good. I love seeing these grind lines, these 4th liners do their job keeping the puck 200 feet away from their net. Good job, 4th liners.
And Petrie good to step up. Puck goes out of the net. And you're exactly right. You know, when that 4th line comes out there, you just got to go out there and do your job. Keep it away from Mock and tire out these Sooner forwards and give your boys a chance to get some rest. They've got a decent amount of minutes tonight, too.
Yeah, it's McDonald is keeping the energy level up on the bench, and he's keeping the rotating the lines very quickly, and I think that's smart because, again, we're at 4,800 feet here, and that always plays to the advantage of Utah if they can tire the other team out.
Myers working on O'Day, pinning it back in the corner. Now Barnes with a good chance and a little 3-on-3 breaking out to the other side. Barnes will just send it into Bab, who's going to hold. Barnes going in hard towards the net. That was White. That was making sure he didn't run into Bab. Kind of ran Barnes into the end boards there.
Yeah, he wasn't even anywhere near the goalie. That's just, again, that aggressive play. Keep your goalie safe. That's hockey.
And I think they're going to take White for a penalty here.
Yeah, they are. It's a little delay of game almost. I don't know what they're going to call here. We'll see if it's a roughing or holding call. Yeah, I got a rough for that because the whistle had so far gone. There was no intention to run the goalie. He was just skating to the end boards hard at Barnes and drew that penalty.
Well, he grabs onto Barnes. He moved Barnes more into Bab than away from him. So it's kind of a bad play there. And we'll see if this Utah special teams can figure anything out here. Word of note is that the Sooners are 5th in the ACHA on the penalty kill and success rate, hanging around a 15% success, or like an 80% success rate.
Yeah, that's remarkable because they are playing a tough schedule just like the Utes are.
And a great shot there by Meyer, goes high and wide.
One-timer. Bab saw it all the way, though, pushed it right over the net, but good shot.
And a good play by Petrie there, as it was looking like an odd man rush for the Sooners, as now Lieberknight will take the puck in, moves it over to Jerome. Jerome couldn't get a shot off. Now it looks like that's Light down in the corner as the Utes look to set up. Now Lieberknight with a little bit of space, drops it back to Meyer. Meyer sends it over to Light. Light working on the near boards. Puck gets up and out, and now a chance here for the Sooners. And a shot goes high of Mock as most of the Sooners will change. Now that's Pard. Pard turns the puck over in a 3-on-2 developing for the Utes. Meyer with a little bit of time. He'll think about it. Now backs up. Tries the stretch pass to Odlin across the slot. Good defense there by the Sooners. Puck gets chipped back and out to Barnes. He'll move it back out to Meyer.
That's really a good example of how fast this game is and how milliseconds count. Meyer had a really good setup going, and he hesitated just a smidge, and that ended up allowing Sooners to get 3 guys to clog that area and get in the passing lane.
35 seconds remains on White's penalty. Utes with a couple decent looks here on the power play. It's going to be the special teams to help get him back in this game. We have 2 teams lined up in 2 very different areas. Offside was the call.
Yeah, the Sooners are over at the bottom of the circle thinking that it was down in their area. So now we're ready to play.
Sooners win the draw, and that's going to be dumped down to Mock as precious time gets killed off the clock there. Would love to see the Utes win that draw as they now set up their breakout. It's Barnes slowly looking for some help. Pass to Palo goes right under his stick, and there's an icing. Pretty tough play there for the Utes power play.
Yeah, it's getting set up is so important, and you've got to wonder, is that stretch pass worth it, or do you want to skate it up through the neutral zone and flood one side? That's one thing the team's never done this year. We have not seen them flood a side and bring 3 guys in on one side and a trailer all the way on the other side, and another draw that almost got lost by the Utes.
Barnes will set it up again, working slowly. He's going to try in a bad fan on the puck. Thankfully, that's at least going to enter the Sooner zone for a millisecond. And White is now back out of the box, so the score will remain 1-0. Sooners now go for one on the penalty kill. Now Topfest with a little bit of space. Lays it out for Odlin, who's going to have to circle back and moves it to Palo. Jumps right off his stick and into the skates of Bem. Now Palo will send it around to Odlin. Odlin was just waiting for that puck to get there and never really had a good angle to skate it. Now Palo with a lot of space on this left side. Still with a lot of space, just kept to that outside, and a centering pass for Odlin goes awry, but thankfully Meyer is back after changing to keep an odd man rush from creating. Perry can't get the puck deep, but Meyer takes a big shot to the head, and the Utes will go on the power play again.
Yeah, it's going to be a high stick there. They got the stick right up under the chin, and that doesn't feel good.
No, Meyer was a little bit slow to get up there, but he was doing a good job there with the nice pinch to try to get that puck deep, and it looks like the Utes going back on the power play again with 12:55 remaining in this second period.
Yeah, it was. I'm sure that was like completely intentional, is coming in, but you do have to be in control of your stick at all times. The only time that doesn't work is when you're even on the backhand. Sometimes they'll make that call.
So the Utes will send out the power play unit 1 again. We'll see if they're more successful this time around as the linesman gets knocked down off of the face-off. Mock now is getting pressured by Joy. He'll move it over to Petrie. And now Meyer's going to settle it down. We'll see that breakout again. Here comes Meyer, slowly working up with 2 Utes to his right and left. Moves it to Lieberknight, who couldn't handle it. Now it comes all the way back down to Mock. Mock will send it around to Meyer. Getting pressured by the Sooners. That's Joy sending some pressure to Meyer. Going to make him force a decision here. Now it's Light. Light coming up the left side. His stretch pass through the middle gets blocked. And so far the Sooners with a 2-on-1 chance developing here. And a shot and a score. It was number 8, Poussard, who picked the pocket in the neutral zone, and a short-handed goal for the Sooners with a nice move to beat Mock 5-hole.
Yeah, again, that was not being able to control the puck on your stick, and the Sooners have been doing this all game. They've been winning the faceoff with that stick. They've been taking passing lanes away. They've been really driving, and this is a double whammy here. The penalty's going to stand for Petrie, and so there is a goal scored, and Petrie's in the box. So it's a kind of a double whammy here.
Yeah, and that just absolutely kills the momentum there. As an ACHA rules, even though you have a delayed penalty and the other team scores, you still have to serve that penalty. So Petrie will now be in the box for 2 minutes, while the Sooner penalty on Wilson is down to 1 minute, and a shot on Mock. A bunch of Sooners crashing the net, and another chance here. And a good play by Mock to keep that puck out. Now that is that's Lara moving the puck. He moves it up to Volo. Now back to Lara. Lara will drop it back to Wilson. Now back to Volo. He'll put it around to Mock where Bastone will get it. Bastone with a little bit of space now, breaking the puck up the ice. He's got Perry and Odlin with him. Keeps it himself, tries to move it into the center. Now Perry with a chance. Just kind of skated over the puck here, and now a quick breakout from the Sooners. It's Basset. He'll move it across to Wilson. Wilson with time, wraparound chance, shot, scores. I believe that ended up going off of Paolo as everybody was trying to crash the net, but a good play there.
Yeah, Mock was he was trapped. He was all the way over on his left side out of the paint, and you could just see that play developing as soon as he wasn't able to pull that puck into himself. That he had left the whole side open, and there's just no way a push can go that far to get all the way back over the corner. Good play by, again, by the Sooners being strong on that puck.
Yeah, and so now the Utes fall quickly down 3-0, 2 goals in less than a minute and 30 seconds. And the Sooners, Wilson's about out of the box here in just 7 seconds, so they're gonna go on about a 45-second power play as well. Utes desperate to kill this one off as Wilson finally does come out of the box. He'll head straight to the bench for a change, and the Sooners will have 40 seconds of power play time to set up right here. Stretch pass comes through the middle. That's D'Souza. And a pass shot and a good save. That was O'Day with a chance there for the Sooners.
Yeah, again, this is the first time we've seen the speed of Oklahoma demonstrated, again, because the Utes have to back up on this penalty kill.
It's Pard moving it in. Beery with a good stick check, but Pard is able to get it deep, working on Meyer. Now Barnes is able to get it all the way down to Babb, who will, closely tried a stretch pass there, but it was Giamona who actually put it right back behind him. Now Pard moving in, and a chance here for the Sooners again. And thankfully that shot got tipped high and wide. There was Del Casal, the captain, with a good chance in the slot there.
Yeah, that was a good idea on the Sooners' part. They had everybody puck watching, and you just slide into that open space in that clear area. The captain was just standing right in the middle of the slot. Luckily, there was a tip on that to send that up and over a Mock.
So exactly through the halfway point of the second period, 2 quick goals from Oklahoma extends the lead to 3-0. You can kind of feel the life sucked out of the Utes there after that flurry of goals from the Sooners. But we are back to 5-on-5 hockey. Sooners win the draw.
I think you said that all game.
I certainly have. It's been a struggle for the Utes. Centermen, I know a lot of them have been hurt, so you got a lot of wingers, guys trying out new positions, but the Utes have struggled quite magnificently on the face-off so far as the Sooner offense gets set up here with a couple of nice tape-to-tape passes. Now moving behind Mock, and a pass that was intended for Wilson up at the top goes back and hits those Zamboni doors. Now Babb with a stretch pass, and the Utes will be able to corral this, and it's going to be Paolo who just kind of sends it to nowhere. Puck's not going to get out, as that's Jolly who's able to keep it in. And a good check there by Utah. Puck comes out. Now Light gets tripped up. And a lot of space here for Jolly. Sends across the slot, and the chance was for Bame. Could not find the back of the net wide open. And the captain with a shot. That's going to hit our head referee. He's a little bit shaken up there.
Yeah, that's hard. They don't have a cage or anything, and they even don't have gloves on. It can be pretty nasty. That puck is frozen. Oh, he's holding his stick. He did not drop it. No call made.
And now Light with a 2-on-2 chance. He's with Lieberknight. Light making a move, but a good poke check, and he loses a tire there. As the Sooners able to get the puck, trying to break it out. There's Light and Jerome working along the corner there. Now puck comes up to Lieberknight, just tries to flick it in, and it's going to be called offside or possibly a penalty here. It looks like it's going to be an unsportsmanlike call. We'll see what happened here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the.
It looks like a 2-minute bench minor here. Not quite sure what was said, but the referee deems it enough that they're going to have to send somebody to the box here.
Well, a little discussion with Captain DeCastle, and apparently
he's going to be the one to sit.
He's going to be the one to sit. Okay, I'll take my mark. I can use the rest. I've been working pretty hard on that penalty shot, and again, now we'll see. This is an opportunity to get back in this game. Anybody who is around the game knows that 2-goal lead is the hardest lead to hold in hockey, and so maybe that plays well for the Utes. But right now, Oklahoma is taking charge of this second period.
Utes with another chance, 0 for 3 on the power play tonight so far as Barnes' shot goes wide. Now Odlin with a chance, and Palo keeps it in to Odlin. He'll move it back up to Palo. Palo moves it over to Barnes. Barnes one-timer shot, didn't get a lot on it, and now a 3-on-2 for the Sooners. It's Poussard. Poussard coming in a big slap shot wide, rims out, and it looked like it was going around, but a funny bounce brings it back towards the Utah net. Now it's Barnes having to move it out, chips it along ahead, trying to get it deep, and the Utes are offside, so a good chance for the Sooners now to kill a little bit more time. And that puck will be flipped on by Joy into Mock's pads.
Yeah, that just looked like a little too much desperation on the Utes' part. They need to be patient, and right now they don't want to be patient, and this might be icing. Nope, we have to skate it off.
As Perry was able to beat out the icing call, but the puck's still going to come all the way back down. Now it's Finch working on Meyer. He's going to be able to get it all the way down. Now Meyer, nice job keeping Finch on his backside to start this breakout for the Utes. Just 45 seconds left to go in the Del Casal penalty. And a funny bounce from those Zamboni doors, just one of those things. We're not about your home rink. You just kind of send them along there, and funny bounce out to the slot. But Sooners able to move it all the way down. 30 seconds left. This will likely be the last rush for the Utes on the power play. As Meyer skates it up, opens the hips, was trying a drop pass, fanned it, worked out for him anyways, as he'll set up along the blue line, and Light tries a drop pass back for the Utes. Just not a lot of coherency by this Utes power play so far, as it looks like another opportunity is going to be missed. One last rush for the Utes. Meyer's got plenty of time to at least bring it in, try to establish it in the zone, but it is turned over and all the way back down to Mock. So another penalty killed. So far the Sooners perfect on the penalty kill, including one short-handed goal so far. And it's got to be a huge momentum killer for the Utes, what little they had.
Yeah, it's again, these Sooners have done a great job sort of taking over this game. I think the getting here a little late, and they got an early score, but with Utah hanging in there, I'm sure the coach had a few words to say about how they have to bring the intensity up, and they sure are delivering that today. And this is the third or fourth time that both teams have been confused as to where the faceoff is. I don't know if that's the ref, because this is the fourth time no one's really known where the faceoff's going to be.
And now it's Wilson with O'Day on the point for the Sooners. They went D to D, now back in. Now Beery taking a look behind him, trying to at least keep it from the Sooners, able to get the puck out, and the Sooners will be offside.
Now let's see where they. Yep, see again. Everybody's wandering around. Nobody seems to know where the face-off is going to be.
Third line out for the Utes. And a great play by Wilson. Just picked the pocket and a shot off the crossbar. Just absolutely walking the Utah centerman. I believe that was Navarez. off the face-off, and the Utes escaped with a lucky ping of the iron.
Yeah, and Mock saw that, but he got a piece of his glove on it, was able to just shove it up, and luckily he shoved it up just enough to be able to send that.
Just a little bit confused with how to break the puck out. Now they will. Paolo chips it along, moves it along to Bab, and Bab's just going to stretch out and stop that puck before the Utes can do anything. Shots on so far on the scoreboard still saying 10-6. That's what we reported at the end of the first period, but so far a barrage of shots from the Oklahoma Sooners have extended that lead. Utes looking to establish any kind of offense that they can right now.
Yeah, they're just scrambling around. They're not getting the tape-to-tape passes, fanning on the puck. It's just it's been a tough period for them. They had such good mastery of the game, even though they were down 1-0 in the first period, and now they're struggling a little bit to try and hang together. Now they've got 3-on-2 developing, but they let it turn into a 3-on-3. They took their too much time again.
Yeah, Beery was just trying to find a little bit of space on that left side and was not able to really create anything. The Utes turn the puck over. Now the Sooners trying to establish it in the offensive zone. It'll go all the way back down, and it'll be sent around for Jolly, who will leave it for his counterparts. Comes back up to Meyer. Meyer to Bastone, who will get the puck deep. As it seems like all the Utes could be doing is Del Casal and Bastone were kind of going at it throughout the neutral zone. Now Jolly with a shot on Mock. Big rebound there, but it's able to almost be brought out by Harry, and a good shot there, and it's loose and it scores.
Yeah, it's really frustrating. He had the puck and lost the handle, and all of a sudden it's a 4-0 game, and it's going to be a tough 4 minutes to get out of this. So this is when the game plan should change. The coaching staff, okay, let's go out there, let's win a shift, let's win another shift, let's get out of this period without giving up anything more, and if we get a chance, let's take that chance, but let's tighten up.
Yeah, Utes not able to get the puck out of the zone there, and it ends up, it's going to be Jolly with his third goal of the year. He's going to be credited with that tap in as the puck just squeezed right under the blocker of Mock.
Yeah, it's just watching this game. What seems to be missing is that puck control that they want to have for the Utes, and certainly Oklahoma is doing a really good job of frustrating the Utes very much. And
a huge hit there. It was Wilson just laying the wood to Odlin. And now a little bit of frustration here as it's going to be Paolo, and we'll see who it is for the Sooners. I believe it's Wilson.
Well, we talked about that, what would happen in this game, because it was a very polite first period without any penalties. And now the frustration's coming out, and you kind of expect that after being down 4-0. They don't want to be beaten in their own barn, and Oklahoma is not going to back down. This is a very proud team. They've got a shot at making nationals, got a new coach behind the bench this year, and they want to make a statement.
So it was Charles Wilson that threw the big hit on Odlin at the blue line, and now it's Raymond Wilson for the Sooners, who got tied up with Paolo. So Paolo and Wilson will both sit in the box for two minutes apiece, offsetting penalties. We'll spread it out a little bit, 4-on-4 hockey here as the Sooners win yet another draw.
Yeah, you're chasing the game when you can't get a control of that face-off, and you can see that here in the second period. That inability to gain control either in your zone or in the offensive zone is really hurting the ability to set up. The other thing is the breakout for Utah is just way too deep.
And it looks like we're gonna get another one. It is Bastone. He's getting mixed up with a Sooner. That's Pard. And it looks like we're going to go down to 3-on-3 hockey here as frustrations are starting to rise.
Yeah, it's something that was expected, like I said. But going back to what we were saying before, the altercation here is, again, this has got to be somehow breakout pass, they've got to get it into the neutral zone. And you're watching those forwards, they're not coming out of the zone at all. And when you watch what's happening with Oklahoma's forwards come into the neutral zone to take that pass from the D. And what's happening is what the Oklahoma's being able to do is they're being able to perceive that pass, and they're just not letting the breakout occur because the Utes are just too deep. I don't know if it's a confidence thing or what it is, but they're just not able to move that puck out the way they should.
So we'll reset after a false start on the faceoff. 3:22 remaining in the second period. The score should reflect as 4-0. And it looks like they're maybe having some clock issues here as the 2 minutes aside were both wiped off.
Well, if they're offsetting penalties, they are wiped off.
Okay.
And they can't come out of the box until there's a whistle when you have that kind of setup.
And puck comes to Lieberknight now. Lieberknight with some stick work, gets it along the wall, and he's going to break it out. He's got Jerome with him, but he's met with more Sooners than Utes in that offensive zone, as now the Sooners will take the puck behind Babb. It's Jerome and Lieberknight pressing.
Yeah, they're back to that bad habit of backing up and not giving any support to the puck carrier.
Puck goes awkwardly into those Zamboni doors as Jerome's going to beat the foot race there and keeps it in for just a second. Puck still loose before Poussard can get it, and he'll take it behind Babb, and he leaves it to Bissay, who will now move the puck up through the center ice. Goes to the feet of Petrie. He's able to get a stick on it, moves it to Navarez, but not out.
It's the same thing with goalies, right? They tend to back into the net when they think they're in trouble, and the Utes have always had a bad habit of backing up when they think they're in trouble.
The 2-on-1 was developing there, but between Meyer and Navarez, Meyer tried to kind of lay that puck out because Navarez had a step on him, so it would have been offside if Meyer kept it, but pass a little bit too far, and Babb just corrals it, and we'll get a stoppage of play and a face-off. Navarez has got Beery to his left. He's got Meyer on the left defense. And the puck will be won back to, or excuse me, that's Odlin back there.
Hey, they won a offensive zone faceoff.
They did, but immediately turned it over, and it was broken out by the Sooners and played in towards Odlin's feet. Puck getting chipped around, a little bit of shoving there, and a big hit there by Navarez on O'Day. There's no call there. O'Day's slow to get up. Looks like he'll be okay. Just a little shaken up there.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how that could not have been interference, but again, I think the refs got caught puck watching too.
Yeah, I think the Utes get away with one there, as that was O'Day slow to get up. He's having some words with the linesman, maybe telling him what to watch for. 5 seconds remaining on the penalties to Wilson and it was Bastone, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Bastone going first.
Yep.
So 5 seconds remaining there. We'll go back to 5-on-5, 1:50 remaining in this second period. Shot count has been updated to reflect Utes out shooting the Sooners 14-12. Not sure how accurate that is, as both teams back to full strength, and it's Paolo on the stretch pass from Meyer. Just couldn't get a good shot off there, as Babb was able to handle that one easily. Now puck is jammed in the corner. Perry's able to get it free, and it's going to be White with the puck now, moving it up for the Sooners. He'll just send it along the boards. And now Wilson with a little bit of speed. He's working on Petrie. Tries to kind of spin out of it and moves the puck back to Mock, but Petrie gets the best of him. And kept along into that offensive corner for the Sooners. Good hit there as Ertz tries to get it around, but no wing support there to break it out. Now a drop pass back to White. White will move around Monk. Doesn't go for the wraparound. Now just a shot from the point there. It was Wilson, or it was White to Wilson on the shot. A good save by Monk. with 52 seconds left in this second period.
Well, so far this is what we talked about when there are 4 minutes left and they went down 4-0, that they need to get out of this period without a score. And they successfully done that for 3 minutes. But again, let's see if defensive zone face-off for the Utes, offensive for Oklahoma, and let's see who controls this draw as to who controls the period here with under a minute to play. And again, Oklahoma wins that draw.
There's Poussar winning the draw there. Utes with good pressure, though. They're going to be able to at least chip it back out towards the defense. That's Wilson. Now moving it up to Joy. Bastone is there as the Sooners move to the weak side. Sooners moving in with the puck. Good poke check to Bastone now, but Sooners will retain possession. A pass to the center is to Joy. Joy with a good pickpocket and a shot and a great save by Mock. A tough turnover there, and Joy with some fancy some fancy stick work, I should say, and a great pad save by Mock.
Yeah, I was actually wondering when we were going to be able to call Joy's name. He is the guy that makes everything happen for Oklahoma. He's played every game. He's got right second in points, but he's a penalty leader. So every time he's on the ice, he's making an effort to make something happen for his team. Great player.
All right, so at the end of the second period, Utes trail 4-0 to the Oklahoma Sooners. Oklahoma was able to get a shorthanded goal and then another quick one, and then topped it off with another one late in the period by Jolly. So tough period overall for the Utes. And how do you see them coming back out of the locker room down with the deficit like this?
Well, again, what you have to do is we want to play a shift at a time. Let's just start to build some momentum again. Let's keep the Sooners off the scoreboard. But the Sooners now going to come out with a lot of confidence, and we'll see what develops. There's 20 minutes left, and this bodes well for the Sooners to keep this type of game in check, and hopefully the passion of not wanting to lose in your own barn will rise to the occasion, and we'll see what happens.
All right, 20 minutes to go. Stick with us for the third period here on the Utah Hockey Game Day live broadcast hosted on YouTube. Thank you very much. All right, folks, welcome back for the third period of this game. Once again, we'll remind you, the Sooners up 4-0 on the Utes. Utes looking to get any sort of momentum here to get themselves back in this game on the scoreboard and hopefully pull a miraculous comeback here tonight at the Salt Lake City Sports Complex.
Well, yeah, it's you got to go back and break the game down to basics. We have still not seen an offensive push by the Utes that resembles any system on the ice. It's a very simple game. It's one high, one low, one fast, one slow, and they just can't seem to organize that. And again, they've not been flooding aside. They're just I don't know. I don't know if it's something going on in the room or what, but I'm just hoping that they don't have the here we go again mentality as Alex King, the captain, was worried about when I chatted with him in between periods. But they've got an opportunity. When this team plays physical and fast, they can actually beat anybody.
Right, we've seen them play very well against great teams this year. This Oklahoma team, like we've said already before in the broadcast, number 16, looking to play spoiler here. At least one of these next two games is Light coming out with speed. He's going to race to that puck and beat it there. Working along the corner, he's got Jerome with help, but too many Sooners as they're going to be able to. Oh no, actually a good play by Lieberknight. Now Jerome with a chance and
a nice throw drag, but just a little too slow.
And a stretch pass that was intended for Lara, and that's going to be an icing.
Yeah, and I think that's probably what the coaching staff had to say for the Oklahoma Sooners. Again, Josh Berge probably said, "Let's stretch this out. Let's get out of here with this win." And they've tried to clog up the neutral zone in the first. They got away from that in the second, and now I think he's going to put that sleeper behind the defense to stretch the ice.
Puck went up to Barnes. He'll push it back in, and now it's moved over to that's Pard. Pard gets it out to that was D'Souza. Now comes all the way back down the ice as the Sooners will try to re-enter the Utah zone. With some good play there by Perry, who's able to get the puck deep, and he will elect to change, leaving it for Bossé. Now Odland working on him, makes him redirect and go back behind the net. He'll move it back up to number 9, Pard. Pard puts on the brakes, keeps the puck, and is at least going to get it over the red line. And now moving in on Barnes, shoots it into the knee of Barnes and moves out towards the Zamboni boards. A shot from the side there, tested Mock for a second, but a good save as the puck goes back out. Now Bossé moving in along that left side. Tries a drop pass, but Barnes with a nice play there, chips it up and out. Navarez with
outside.
Barnes made a great play. Navarez trying to be a little bit cheeky, put on the brakes, but couldn't stop just in time as Beery was taking the puck offside.
Yeah, you got to stop on the neutral ice side of that blue line, not on the other side.
It'll be Navarez taking the draw for Utah. And he'll win it back to Bastone. Moves it D to Meyer. Meyer's just going to send it all the way around back behind Babb, who will stop it. And some nice work by the Sooners to get it out. It'll be to Del Casal. He sends it in. Meyer now working on his backhand. Is able to chip it up to his winger. And that is, I think that was Kinslow, who's trying to get it deep. Now back out to Meyer. Meyer will take a step, moves towards the middle of the ice. Now trying to stick handle through a phone booth, but just gets the puck deep. Now that's Navarez, who's cut off there by Bossé, and bam. Puck comes out to Hunter's stick. He's just going to turn it over. Now a 2-on-2 developing for the Sooners. It's called onside, shot by Mock, is turned aside. And now moved back up. It's Navarez with the puck for a 2-on-2 the other way. He's got Hunter with him, a shot and a good save by Babb as puck bounces over into the corner.
Get that fourth line out again, and they seem to be the energy line going on for the Utes. That we're getting a lot more minutes, getting rewarded for their play here in this game.
Puck was sent into the feet of Hauser and turned over where Joy keeps it. And now it's down to Wilson. Wilson circles it up to White. White with a shot that just goes wide. Now it goes over to Giamona. And the play will be stopped.
Well, the shots now are 18-15, and the scoreboard's finally updated to 4-0, and we'll see what happens here. Again, they've won a couple draws now, so maybe that was another discussion in the locker room to try and get that puck and control it on the faceoffs.
Bassar wins the draw for the Sooners. A shot by White gets blocked off to the left leg of Paolo. Now back behind the net to Joy. Joy back to Bassar. Moved back up to White. White with a shot and a good save by Mock right there off of the stick. Puck now along the boards, comes back out to Meyer. Meyer just stops behind Mock. A little spinorama to get away from Poussard, now moves it back up the ice. Tried to float one to Jerome. Now White with a good stick check to get it to Jerome. Jerome with a little bit of time. Elects to go outside, tries to drop to Meyer, but Joy is the one that's there. Now a stretch pass. Looks like it got tipped to Wilson. Wilson tries a big clap bomb, but it looks like Paolo is there to block that before it got to Mock. Now Light moving along the boards with help from Meyer, and a shot again from the point saved by Mock.
Yeah, here we go again with that breakout pass in the zone rather than out of the zone.
Now Joy working on Paolo. He's able to stick check the puck to the side, and it's moved over to Wilson. Puck still kind of sitting there as multiple players skating over it. Puck comes to Odlin. It's not going to be called for an icing as Valo will move it back up to Bissay. Now he's moving in. Tried a little toe drag, but it's gloved out of the air by Barnes. Now moved back behind the net by the Sooners.
Again, that's that deep winger sitting up in the neutral zone all the way up against the offensive zone. That they're really being smart about trying to break it out all the way in the neutral zone. And they're doing a really good job of trapping.
Loose puck here out in front. Odlin's going to get the best of it, and we're going to get a call here. I believe the net maybe went off.
Now we've got a call of some kind. Maybe not. The ref did not have the actual hand up in the air, but he was pointing. Yeah, net's off. Good call.
It was Jerome.
Jonesy.
It was Jerome working on O'Day there, and they got tied up in front of the net. Just kicked it off by a couple of centimeters there. So we will reset play with 5 minutes gone so far in this third period.
Yeah, I even tried to make an attempt once to let the linesmen and the referees know that with the Wiley puck, they're supposed to squirt the water bottle. There's a bi-metal of the Wiley puck that allows it to freeze to the ice but not be so bad. But apparently their listening skills are as well as their refereeing skills.
That was Odlin there who was able to drive wide. Puck got tipped up and into the catching glove of Babb, as Topfest will try to win this draw here for the Utes in the offensive zone.
Yeah, you can see why Babs is their number one goalie. He is just so calm and confident. He just looks relaxed out there, and he's into the game. You can just tell he just wants to be able to have some action, because I think he thrives on that.
Yeah, he's cut down the shooting lanes of the Utes a lot tonight. And here's another chance by Topfest. And another great save by Babb. So back-to-back good saves by Babb to keep this a scoreless game on his end. Now puck goes back to Wilson. Wilson moves it up, and the puck is flipped out of the zone. Caught by Barnes. Barnes going to move it back in. He's got Perry to help, who will shoot. Babb just easily saves that one and going to cover it.
Yeah, they're going to need Babs if they do get into the tournament here. He is going to have to back this team up, and he's showing that strength now. He wants that net, and I'm sure he's going to get it the rest of the way. And then if they get in the tournament, he's going to be that starting netminder.
Yeah, he's done a fantastic job just kind of getting out of his net and cutting down the angles for the Utes. Really nothing going so far right now as the referee's having a little bit of conversation. What to look for.
Yeah, got a little quiet in here.
Navarre's on the draw for the Utes. One back by the Sooners. Moved D to Bissay. Now moved out, and a 2-on-1 developing. That's Jolly with the puck, and good defense there by the Utes. Meyer passing it back out. Pass it to Topfest, who then ripped a screamer to Beery. No icing called. Excuse me, that was Kinslow that passed to Beery. Now Beery picks up the puck and gets absolutely blown up there by the captain, Del Casal. Now Meyer with a little bit of speed trying to wrap around the net, but can't hang on to the puck, so he has to come to a full stop. Gets checked by the Sooners, who kind of have a 2-on-1 forecheck going there. Now Bissay just sends one through the slot. Nobody there to be on the receiving end of that, and a soft little pass up by Meyer. There's no wing support there. Now puck moved back in. It's Meyer once again. Meyer trying to chip the puck up along the boards. And puck comes out towards the slot, towards Mock, controlled by Bastone. Now a good couple of tape-to-tape passes. Navarra's working on a 1-on-3, and he's just going to send one in on Babb. And a big rebound here. Shot in a little sand wedge chip there, but Babb with the nice catching glove save. Tried to chip it up and over him, was Urch. And Babb keeps this a scoreless game for him.
Yeah, again, the athleticism that Babb showed on that, and just leaping up and getting that glove on it. Again, just that frustration. Utah just needs to put that one in the net to bring that energy back.
Yeah, and it was like their last home stand against Alabama here. That first game, the Alabama goalie standing on his head, and then Utes were able to kind of get on the scoreboard late, win that period, and then that second game were able to upset Alabama and possibly knock them out of the tournament. So hopefully the Utes can maybe win this period by getting on the scoreboard here and earning some confidence going into tomorrow night's game. Puck down in the corner there. Fourth line once again out here for the Utes, trying to send that puck 200 feet down the other way, and that was a good pass there. Now comes out to Volo. Shot gets redirected wide by Paolo. It was Lara there who had a chance, as this is the Sooner first line working against the Utes fourth. Now it's Lara again with the puck, and a good pass there. Lara shot. Nice save by Mock being right there. He was being set up by Pard on that little backhand give and go.
I tell you, this number 4 grind line has impressed me all night long. Their tenacity, their desire to actually play the game and get the puck. First line that one time they've had this one time when they were controlling the zone. So again, this team has such flashes of brilliance. It's just frustrating that against Alabama, that second game at home, they put a full 60-minute game together.
Puck gets chipped out deep for the Sooners, left for White. Now White moves it along. Puck now up to Pard. Pard with a little bit of space will enter. Nice toe drag there, but good defense by Meyer. Now Pard, Lara, and a chance by D'Souza. Another couple good saves by Mock as he falls back on his rear and is able to get back up into a position. Puck comes out to the slot. Now an opportunity for the Utes. It's Meyer. He's got Light to his right. He's got Lieberknight to his left. Moves it to Lieberknight. Shot, and a great save by Babb right into the catching glove. Showing off a little bit of leather there. Good play by Meyer to break that puck out, and a good shot by Lieberknight, but Babb comes out on top again.
Yeah, Babbs came out of his net and challenged the shooter, and he knew there was no other option because the way the Sooners were in the shooting lanes and the passing lanes, the only thing that Utah could do is shoot that puck at him, and he just came out and cut that angle off.
Puck's moved out to Joy. Joy with 2-on-2 here developing, leaves it for Wilson. Wilson, a nice backhand pass, shot, scores. An absolutely beautiful setup there. And it is Poussard on the goal.
Yeah, that was, you could see that developing again all game long. They've lost track of the people behind them in the defense in the neutral zone. They've left those sleepers. This time they had 2 sleepers sitting behind, and looks like Mock might have pulled a groin. Yeah, he is not happy.
Yeah, Trainer's coming out there. Wasn't much he could do there. It was Joy who set it up. That's going to be his 18th point of the year, moving him into the sole lead leaderboard of points so far for this Sooner team. He dropped it off to Wilson, and then Wilson moved it over to Poussard, who basically had a wide open net, and it looks like Mock's stay
is done.
It's over.
that again, he's moving a little gingerly. Again, those goalies that up and down action, and they have to spread eagle and cover the bottom of that net, and you can get in a real compromised situation if your skate hangs up on the post.
So Jacob Slaw will step in for relief. 11:15 left in this third period. Utes down 5-0. A little bit about Jacob Slaw in his second year here. He's got an overall record of 3-2, of 4.19 goals against average, of 883 save percentage. And then a word of note, if Monk is seriously injured and can't go tonight, we'll see if Casper will be suiting up. He is scratched tonight. We don't know if that's due to injury concern or just to have an extra man suited up for the Utes forwards and defensemen. As we reset play here, it's Barnes trying to get the puck out of the Utah net. Kind of falls awkwardly down there in the corner, but Liebernight's there to assist him. Now leaves it back for Barnes. Puck just can't really get out of that end there. And now the Sooners with a chance. Puck goes through the slot and a shot. And it was, I think it was Wilson there on the shot. I don't know if Slaw was able to get to that or if it just rattled the cage. But puck finally comes all the way back down the ice. Now Babb with a stretch pass. Stone with a good poke check, and then Barnes gives it right back to Babb, and the Utah defense will elect to change.
Yeah, the big marker in Jake Slaw's wins this year is beating Minot this year, which is just an incredible feat, beating Minot at home.
A chance here for the Utes. Babb's stick got caught in the back of the net and thankfully was able to stay centered enough to have two nice saves there. As this Utah, and a penalty here, it's going to be on Oklahoma for a high stick. I believe that's going to be Finch, who got his stick up and around the face mask of Perry, and he's going to sit for two. So maybe something to build on here for the Utes as they go on the power play for the, I believe it's the fourth time tonight. They've been scoreless so far on the power play. Gave up one short-handed goal, but maybe this is something that they can build on if they can score here.
Yeah, they need to figure something out here in the last 10 minutes of the game to come back tomorrow night and face this team one more time. This is Oklahoma's first trip to Utah, and they're making a good showing of it.
Puck is won back to Topfest and immediately turned over and sent all the way back down to Jacob Slaw. Tried to stop it, couldn't. Now Paolo will circle around Slaw. He's going to stop, and the Utes will set up their breakout. Two Utes to the side, and now Odlin with the puck. And instead of dropping, he's going to, we got a penalty here.
Is that a hook?
I think we're going to go 5-on-3 for the Utes.
I think we are too.
So,
yeah, a hook, horizontal stick, and he's not happy about it. He's laughing. He is chuckling, so.
We'll see who they take off here. So it's going to be a hook. It was Odlin with a nice drop pass back to Paolo, who kind of cut across the center there and was able to draw the penalty. So 137 for a 5-on-3 for the Utes here. Desperately looking for anything to build off of and can't keep the puck in. Puck comes all the way back to Slaw. It looks like the Utes will go for a full breakout out of their zone.
Yeah, another situation where you got to win that face-off in the offensive zone. They're just not able to do that.
Now Jerome puts on the brakes, and they're going to set up the power play. Meyer with a little bit of space, thought about it, gives it back to Jerome. Now Jerome working along the dot there. Pass goes up, tipped, and then now back to Light.
Getting hooked again.
Yeah, Light facing some Sooner defenders, takes it up near the block use, sends it over to Petrie. Petrie back to Light. Light tried to go down low to the Liebernite. Now it does on the red line. Good stick there by the Sooners. Now Liebernite with a little bit of space, tries a shot, hits the side of the net. He'll flip it back over to Meyer. Meyer's getting chased by the Sooner defender. No help there. He gets pulled down. No call. Light now with a little bit of space. Light moves in, moves it down to Jerome. Jerome's shot goes through, had a little bit of net there, but unfortunately can't find the back of it. And now Petrie falls, and now it's D'Souza. D'Souza with a chance and tries a little cheeky draw pass, but Meyer's smart enough to get his stick on it. Now Utes moving it back the other way. And a stretch pass Lieberknight can't control it, and it's going to be called offside. 15 seconds remaining in the 5-on-3 for the Utes.
Yeah, Owen Lieberknight getting up a little slow. He fell sort of awkwardly into the boards, but he's going to get a little rest here, and they're going to bring the second unit out to wrap up these 15 seconds on the 5-on-3, and then it goes to 5-on-4.
Topfest wins it back to Palo. He'll go D to D towards Barnes. Barnes opens up the hips and brings it in. A nice shot, but right into the catching glove of Babb. Had really no trouble seeing that one. Saw it all the way from the shot from Barnes.
7 minutes left on the first penalty, and 3-on-5, and we'll see what they can do here. Barnes'
shot goes high, and Palos now moves it back to Barnes. Barnes wanting that shot and turned over. Now the Sooners with a little bit of numbers. It was that was Basset who couldn't find the puck to get it up to the Sooners offense. As 5 seconds is going to take off this second power play, and so the Utes, scoreless so far on the power play, has now moved in. Shot scores! There it is. There it is.
There you go, even strength goal.
Yeah.
Nice setup, nice setup. They had, for the first time, they had Babs looking the wrong way, and they faked the pass and made the shot.
It was Odlin who drove into the slot, kind of lost the puck or passed it, I'm not quite sure. But it found the stick of Perry, a little happy birthday, and was able to find some open net there. So the Utes get to hear the fight song for the first time tonight. It is 5-1 with 7:16 left in the third period, but a little bit of momentum to build on as we close this game out. And the goal is by Perry. That's going to be his second goal, second point of the year for Matthew Perry.
Again, that's always a nice setup when you can break a shutout that's going on in your own building. You just you want to make sure you get on that scoreboard.
Hauser trying to get it in deep, can't, but Ertz doing a nice job on the forecheck to at least make him think about it. Steps on his stick. Now move back down to Bastone. Bastone tries to move it up to Kinslow, or excuse me, Hauser.
Rims it around.
Meyer playing a lot of minutes tonight, I've noticed, and he's out there yet again.
Yeah, he started out on offense, and then when they started giving up the goals, they had to move him back to his normal position this year of being on the defense to help that back end and support that goalie.
And a stretch pass here for Hauser. Hauser couldn't really corral it, and he's just going to end up poke checking it down in the corner, getting it changed. Now the Sooners with a decent amount of ice to move up. Beery takes kind of an odd angle, but now the puck will come back to him, and he's able to get it down low. It's a one-on-one between him, Babb, and Wilson. And the Sooners able to break it out. Now 3-on-3 developing. And a nice play there. I think that was by Ertz.
Just shoved him down to the ice.
Shoved him down. And Beery able to backhand a puck down deep. Now Petrie giving chase. A nice little check on Wilson. The stick's getting up a little bit high, but no call. And puck now coming back the other way. And a good turnover. There's Light. Utes are onside, moving in. Light puts on the brake, shot, trying to look for a redirect in front. Ends up going wide of everything. And now puck comes back out. Palo with a chance. Tries to tee up a slap shot, gets blocked. Now Light. Light working down low, kind of getting held by Wilson as the puck gets pinned to the boards. And Poussard's coming to help Wilson. Now that's Perry. Shot back goes wide. Another shot going through the slot. Utes with a little bit of momentum after that Matthew Perry goal. As now Light with the puck. Light trying to work along behind the net of Babb. Hangs on to it. Moves it up to Barnes. Barnes shoots again. And saved by Babb.
Yeah, finally some good zone time like they had in the second period with the first line. And this line did a really good effort of keeping the puck moving, and they played with intensity. And again, that's what we've talked about during most of the broadcast, is that this team actually can hang and play with anybody when they dial up that intensity meter. It's just, again, the law of averages is, you can only do that so long before you have to be on the other end of that.
And so right at the end of the play there, a penalty by the Sooners as Young's going to go to the box for a slash. So the Utes will go on the power play yet again with 4:30 left in the third period here. It's Young for a slash. So now Light will move it in, moves it to Lieberknight. Lieberknight has a chance and a shot saved. It looked like it was kind of a pass shot towards Meyer, who is standing on that backside post. But once again, Babb with the catching glove.
Yeah, again, you can just see that Babb's this confident. He just left off that other goal, and he's not as goalie should. It's just got to roll off and start playing the game again.
Puck moved all the way back down to Slaw, and Meyer will corral it for the breakout. Fakes a drop pass, now moves it along just using himself. Nice little sauce pass, a little bit too far for Jerome. Jerome now moves it back to Meyer. Meyer over to Petrie. Petrie looks back door,
nice saucer.
Sends a sauce, a little bit too much sauce to Jerome. And now Light. Light moves it down to Jerome on the base or on the red line. Moves it back up to Meyer. Meyer slap shot looking for a redirect. A good shot there as Noah Beery cheering him on from the bench. You can hear him up here. And we're going to see what this call is. We might be going on another 5-on-3 here for the Utes.
Yeah, there was either too many men on the ice or not letting people get off the ice. But yeah, everybody who comes into this building seems to leave mad.
It's very true. As the Sooners will take another penalty, it's D'Souza going to the box. So we'll have a 5-on-3 for 57 seconds, and he will sit for 2 minutes as the Utes will try to get another goal on the board, just start chipping away at this lead, even though it is pretty late to be serious about a comeback.
Yeah, they've got, what they're able to take away from this game is they can actually play when they need to.
And Basset with a huge hip check on Barnes, but now Paolo with space. Shot doesn't get through, and it'll slowly roll into the glove of Babb. A huge hip check there on Barnes, and Barnes, not a man that goes down that hard easily.
No, he's always played an aggressive game, and it's always played in his favor. I mean, his hockey sense has matured so much as he's played on this team. If you go back, 4 or 5 years when he came in as a freshman, he was just a wild man, all over the ice. He plays his position now. He plays it well.
We have yet another penalty here for the Sooners. We'll see what the call was. It's Giamona. A slash.
Another slash.
Missed that one, but it was definitely well behind the play as players were starting to line up for the face-off. So looks like maybe Barnes was the one on the receiving end. And
are they going to take a timeout here?
Yeah, Utes are going to take a timeout to maybe set something up here with a longer 5-on-3 chance.
Yeah, and again, this game is probably not winnable for Utah, but this is good coaching to bring the players down. Says, guys, we have a chance to cut the lead. We can get it down to one game. Maybe we pull the goalie and we walk out of here with a 5-3 momentum to come down and Sooners. I don't know how many people have come to visit and stayed in the mountains or stayed here, but that first night staying at altitude, it's difficult. Most people complain about not getting a lot of sleep, and you just got to hope that plays in the favor. It's a nice thing to have. If you recall when Utah played in the Pac-8, Pac-8 teams were coming in here. You'd get Washington, you'd get Washington State, you'd get Oregon, USC, you get UCLA. The first period, second period, third period, it was like maybe you go into the third period 3-2, Utes leading, and they'd walk out with a double-digit, single-digit score. It was not typical. Very typical would be a 15-2, 17-3. It just wears players out. You come out here, you're so excited, your adrenaline's running. You don't realize the energy you're giving up at 5,000 feet.
And so the refs now talking with the scorers table. about how to go about these 2 penalties. But like I said earlier in this period, I mean, when the Utes were able to play spoiler against Alabama, it came in a 6-2 loss, but those 2 goals coming in that third period, I feel like really drove the momentum that, you know, the Utes belong against these higher caliber teams right now, that, you know, if they can put a full 60 minutes together and, you know, hopefully that, like you're saying, that altitude, that tiredness gets to them for that second night and play spoiler.
It's tough. Second year in D1, and you've got to be able to, you know, to run with, you know, you run with. Oh, I guess it's actually the third year in D1.
Yeah, hybrid season and a good chance here. Didn't take the shot, looked for Hallow instead. And there's a good shot by Meyer, goes high and wide.
Yeah, being an independent is tough because you got to take the games you can get.
Right.
And I don't think in the 3 years we've played maybe 3 or 4 games in all 3 years of anybody ranked over 25. We've played always teams in the top 25 for 3 straight years.
A good block by Bosse there. And laying out was Paolo to keep it in, but it is going to come all the way back down. 1 minute remaining on this 5-on-3 for the Utes as Meyer will start to break it out. He gets a line change. He's got Lieberknight fresh off the bench. Just calmly walks the puck in. Now drop pass to Paolo. Paolo, maybe one too many passes there. Tried to move it back over to Topfest. And
yeah, I should have taken the shot.
now Slaw. He'll leave it for Topfest, who's going to circle around and use some momentum to break into that offensive zone. Drops it back for Meyer. Meyer, a little spinorama pass to Petrie. Petrie with time, shoots, and right into the block U. Drummond, or I should say Drummond Feather of Lieberknight. And the Sooners will break it out. Just 15 seconds left on the 5-on-3, 1:50 to go in this third period. It's Petrie streaking up the ice now. Petrie moves to his right, leaves it for Meyer. Meyer walks it in onside with a little bit of space. He's going to pass it back to Petrie. 5-on-4 as the Sooners get an extra man out of the box. Now move down to Light along the end boards. Light getting pressured by White. Puck comes all the way out to Meyer, who couldn't keep it in. He'll just tip it on for Slaw, or for Light back in the other end. Now rimmed around. Petrie's there to keep it in as the Utes look to set up. Just 30 seconds to go on the power play. Petrie drops it over to Light. Light with a little bit of space, and a shot just goes wide. There's a lot of net there for Light, but just couldn't get it on goal.
Yeah, that was actually a smart play. He looked to see what his options were, decided that the best option he had was to shoot that puck, and he did have a lot of white space to look at.
As 50 seconds now on the clock, the Sooners here are going to be back to full strength. The D'Souza's coming out of the box. Got to watch a stretch pass as the Sooners take over possession. Puck goes into that Zamboni doors, but that is going to be an icing as the Sooners were back to full strength when he dumped that puck down. 37.2 on the clock, 5-1 Sooner lead, or maybe it's not going to be an icing.
Nope, they're going to, I think they just want to get out of this barn before tempers get high. Again, that's a referee's judgment call, but it's probably the right one given the number of people that have been in the box lately and the type of hitting that's going on.
So the fourth line back out, well-earned minutes to close out this game for the Utes. As Bastone and Urch both reaching for the puck, can't get to it. Now a 3-on-1 developing for the Sooners on the other side. A nice pass. It was a good sauce over there, and that's just salt in the wound. That is going to be Lane with the goal for the Sooners. Bad turnover, 3-on-1, good sauce, and a good shot beats Slaw and extends that lead back out to 6-1.
Yeah, you know, Slaw came in cold. You can't 3-on-1. What's he going to do? You know, they got 3 potential shooters, 3 potential passers. You're just handcuffed, and there's been too many times that there hasn't been any puck support in this game, both on offense and defense when Utah has been playing in this game.
And the puck's going to go back to Bab. He's just going to send it all the way down. It is an icing, so we will get one stop. And part of my ignorance here, Jay, but if I'm not mistaken, goal differential does count in that computer rankings.
It does. It absolutely
So-
does. And that's why they've got to keep running the score up, because, like I said, when it was 1-0, that potentially, even if they went out the rest of the season against an unranked team, can really put a damper in how that computer looks at how that turned out, because the computer is saying you're supposed to win.
Yeah.
And when you don't win by a big margin, it's tough.
Yeah, used to see that a lot in the BCS college football days, is teams running up the score. And by no means, I don't think the Sooners were running up the scores, but that is a very significant goal to end the game. As your final score here from Salt Lake City is 6-1 in favor of the road team, the Oklahoma Sooners. Utes with a tough night back at home. What do you want to see from them going into tomorrow?
Well, I'd like to, if they go back and look at the film a little bit, there are times where they just looked really, really well organized, and the intensity was there. Very, very pleased with the fourth line, even the top line. But you can't depend on that number one line. You've got to get some secondary scoring going, and that's really what we're looking for as we go forward.
Yeah, a couple of storylines to look forward to for tomorrow is Connor Monk. We saw him exit the game with maybe what looked like a groin injury, hopefully not anything serious like a knee or something more than that, as he skates off the ice under his own power. He seems to be fine, but we'll see who the netminder is going to be for the Utes tomorrow. We'll also see if some of these tempers arise earlier in the games as you start to get more familiar over the 60 minutes of playing against these tough teams.
Yeah, it doesn't take long. I don't know what it is about this building or this team, but they are always being able to take shots at each other. And most of the shots tonight, though, were behind the play. They weren't just outright hitting and checking.
Right.
There was a lot of cheap stuff going on behind the scenes, and you know, the refs can only watch so much, and of course the referees are the ones that have to make the calls. It's very rare the linesman can make a call. Usually their only call is too many men on the ice. So, but we'll see tomorrow. Get a good night rest and see what we can put together. And you got to hand it to the Sooners. And that goalie Babs, I tell you, he is remarkable.
Yeah, probably first star of the game tonight. All right, just to recap, Sooners take it 6-1. Utes outshoot the Sooners 31-27. But once again, that great performance by Bab has them on top. We would like to thank everybody that showed up to the arena tonight. We hope to see you here tomorrow. Thank you to everybody that tuned in on this YouTube stream. We will be back here from the Salt Lake City Sports Complex for round 2 tomorrow of the Utes and Sooners. Puck drop starts at 7:30. For Jay Sewell, I'm Ryan Jones. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, and we will see you tomorrow. Go Utes.